Greetings, everyone. Welcome back. It's Vin Ho of internationalvin.com. My entrepreneurial journey, full of failure. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that and what I've learned and how I've grown. So ever since college, 20 years ago, over 20 years ago, I, for the most part, saw myself as in business or being an entrepreneur. And if you look at my career trajectory, I jump around. I've been very focused on Asia, especially China. Early in my career, I went to China. I studied Mandarin. I got my master's in Asian studies. So I really, at that point, really wanted to do something with China because I knew that was a big opportunity at that time. So I studied Chinese studies. But I had a hard time getting a job in that field, and until I got credentialing, as I mentioned in one of my videos. I always wanted to do my own business, but it never panned out and never worked out, so to speak. So I had some brushes with entrepreneurship that mostly failed. One being about 15 years ago, my brother being a doctor, he wanted a kind of a pouch that holds ice and to be applied to the face, and he really didn't have anything to go on. So I created that product for him. I had it manufactured in China, and then I sold it to him. So I did get some traction. Some of his other doctor friends purchased from me, but it never scaled up. So eventually I abandoned that project. And then in 2012, I came back to Minnesota, and I had a couple jobs for a few years. And then I decided to do Amazon FBA, so importing Vietnam products and selling them on Amazon. And I did fairly well. Of course, I had to keep my day job, and then I went full-time all in after I lost my 9 to 5. And that's when I went off to become a digital nomad. I moved to Asia, Thailand, and Vietnam, and I worked on my drop shipping businesses, which is selling high-ticket items online through a Shopify store. And I tried several times, and none of them really took off. Some did well. I made some sales, some months. And overall, it never was that big money maker for me. So I started, I think, 4 stores in about 3 years or so when I was abroad. And again, some made money at times, but then the advertising for Google ads and all that adds up, and it was hard for me to have a kind of a consistent income. So then I had to abandon those 4 stores. So that was another failure that didn't work out for me. And the ones that did was the Amazon FBA business. I had to sell that eventually, and I did make about 5 figures in that sale. But the rest of my e-commerce businesses didn't really take off. So to sum up, I tried a few different things early on in life, whether it be manufacturing overseas and selling it here in the U.S., starting some e-commerce businesses, specifically drop shipping businesses, but none of them, ironically, didn't take off. I was in some masterminds, some of my other friends, they did very, very well selling other types of products. And then they still have stores that they maintain today, and they do pretty well, a few $1,000s a month on autopilot for the most part. And so I guess, varying successes, but I haven't really have a big winner yet to date. But I keep on trying, and I have some plans in mind, and actually I have some items coming up. So while I still have my 9 to 5 day job, I'm still doing and have some big plans for e-commerce and become a wholesale distributor, which I will talk about later as I get going here and get my products in country coming up next month. Okay, that's a little bit about my failures in businesses and my continuation with entrepreneurship, and more to come in the future.